Online classes, working for students.
Do you have your shin guards?
Yes.
Yep. Bye, Mom.
Online courses, they work great for me. While the twins are at soccer practice, I'm in class. I really appreciate the flexibility that online classes offer. I can take college classes on my time.
I love going to my face-to-face college classes. I've made some great friends, but physically I've got to pace myself. Online classes help me do that. People talk about access to college. Well, for me, access can be a big deal, but my online classes help turn access into a non-issue.
Thanks. Have a nice day. I work full-time, 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, so driving to campus and sitting in a classroom is not an option. I tried taking night classes, but they just didn't work for me. Last semester, I registered for a couple of classes online, and they worked out great. I checked into my classes every night, but not until I had a chance to get home and unwind a little.
Thinking about taking an online course? Well, you're certainly not alone. More and more colleges are offering online courses, and more students are taking them. Today, 1/3 of all students in higher education take at least one course online. But new opportunities come with new challenges, and students who want to try an online class really need to know what they are signing up for. And what's that? Let's ask an expert, a professor who's been teaching online classes for years.
Look, I'm going to give it to you straight. I've been teaching psychology classes online for years. Intro to psych, child psych, adolescent psych, you name it. Except abnormal psych. I don't go there. Hey, taking a psych class online can be a great experience. It really can, but it can also be a disaster. What makes the difference? You do. You need to ask yourself, are you ready to take an online class? Or are you one of those students who believes all the myths about online classes that are floating around out there?
Okay, let's take a look. Here's your transcript. You said you're interested in taking a psychology class online this semester?
Right. My friend took abnormal psych online, and she said it was super easy.
Aha! Myth number 1. Online classes are easier than face-to-face classes? That's so not true. The single biggest myth about online classes is that they are easier than the face-to-face classes. It's simply not true. It can't be true. If an online class was easier than the face-to-face version, the college would get in big trouble. A class is a class. Only the delivery format changes when you go from face-to-face to online.
Online courses can be more convenient than face-to-face courses. They can be more flexible. They can better suit the learning styles of some students, but they aren't easier.
Okay, I get online classes aren't easy, but they take less time, right?
Less time? No. Big myth. Totally wrong. I'm here to tell you online classes are not easier, and they certainly don't take less time than face-to-face classes. In fact, research shows that for you to be successful in a 3-credit online class, you need to expect to put in from 6 to 9 hours of coursework each week. Look, you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Ask yourself, do you have that kind of time to dedicate to an online class? Are you self-directed? The type of student who will check in each week of the semester for 6 to 9 hours? If not, you're setting yourself up for failure, and no one wants that. Not the college, not the professor, and especially not you. Let's see if our student interested in abnormal psych has heard maybe one more myth about online classes.
Well, it does look like there's still a few spots left in the class. Would you like to enroll?
I think I'm ready. I've got regular access to a reliable computer, and I can commit 6 to 9 hours a week for homework. I'm just worried that I'm going to feel, like I'm all on my own with this.
Yeah, see, I get that. But look, you don't have to worry. Online doesn't mean isolated. In an online class, you're going to have lots of interaction with your instructor, and with the other students in the class too. Technology has improved tremendously. Online classes today barely resemble their ancient ancestors from a couple years ago. Chances are good that your online courses will include discussion forums, email, chat, maybe even synchronous webinar applications. Today, many students report they have more chances to share their ideas and engage in discussion in their online classes than they do in their face-to-face classes.
So do you think you're ready?
Online abnormal psych, here I come.
Abnormal psych. See, I still don't get that. I guess it takes all types.
After my divorce was final, I realized I needed a job, a real job, with a real salary. but I had been out of the workforce for nearly 10 years and out of school for nearly 15.
One reason I enjoy teaching online so much is the great mix of students. Many of the students in my online composition courses each semester are returning to school after being away for a while.
I always liked helping people, and I'd done well in my science classes when I was in high school, so I thought I'd give nursing a shot. But with my 2 kids and their busy schedule, I couldn't figure out how I'd be able to go back to school. I had a friend who already started their nursing program at the local community college, and she suggested I look into taking an online class.
The thing students need to understand about taking a class online is this. In addition to learning the course content, a student in an online course needs to know how to manage her time and how to manage her files.
I was a single parent of 2 active kids. Trust me, I was all about time management. I had to be. But there was so much I needed to learn. For starters, I wasn't very computer savvy back then.
A student without a lot of computer experience needs to plan ahead even more. If you aren't familiar with creating and saving and retrieving documents, if composing and sending email messages with attachments isn't second nature for you, well, learning all of this takes time. And even if you do know your way around a computer, there will come a time during most semesters when the online technology is being uncooperative. Look, you can trust your online instructor and IT support staff will find a solution. They always do. But that can take time too. That's why the best online students don't wait until the last minute to try to submit their assignments.
At first, I thought I could write the papers for my online freshman comp class whenever I wanted. But yeah, that's definitely not how that class worked.
I've seen so many students who thrive in the online environment, but it's certainly not for everyone. Students who aren't organized or who have a tough time following written directions, they tend to struggle in online classes.
I had to withdraw from that first online freshman comp class, but I learned some very important lessons, and when I took the class online the next semester, guess who got an A? Not only that, guess who has earned an A in all 5 of her online classes since then? Online education, it works for me.
Online education, will it work for you? Here at MarylandOnline.org, we're doing all we can to help our member schools assure that every student who's ready to take a college course online has a rewarding, enriching experience. But before you sign up for your first online course, you need to make sure you're ready. How do you know if you are? Let's do a quick review. Don't believe the myths about online education. Online classes are not easier than face-to-face classes. Online classes do not take less time than face-to-face classes. Online students need not feel isolated. The quality of online classes is not lower than that of face-to-face classes. Many online classes are not self-paced. Are you ready to take an online class? Do you have the time to succeed in an online class? 6 to 9 hours per week for each 3-credit class. Do you have dependable access to a reliable computer and internet connection? How good are your time management skills? Will you check in on your class on a regular schedule? Are you organized? Can you keep track of your assignments and submit each one when it's due? Do you have a fundamental understanding of how to use a computer? Can you see through the myths about online education? Do you meet the requirements for a student who's ready for an online class? If so, come join the many students who have already succeeded in online classes. You'll be glad you did.
Decaf double non-fat cappuccino. I'm in the architecture program at my local community college, and I take 2 online classes every semester, and I work here part-time, which is good because with my schedule, I totally need the caffeine. When taking online classes, I've learned to be a pretty disciplined student. Listen, it's not always easy juggling school and work, but with online classes, when my work hours shift, I've got the flexibility I need. And one day soon, I'm going to be an architect, and then I'll be designing joints like this. I'm really grateful for online classes, and I really couldn't do it any other way.
Greetings from Kandahar. There are times here when I see way more action than I'd like, but there's a lot of downtime too. Lots of sitting around, waiting. This one guy in my unit always has his head in his laptop, so one day I asked him what he was reading. He said he was taking a college class, and so I started taking college classes too. Hopefully by the time my tour of duty is up over here, I'll have my degree. Don't laugh, I'm over halfway there.